Now, our next discussion focuses on the theories of ethics, and this is a very brief one. Now, one philosopher by name William Frankenna, who published a small book in the year 2000, the book titled Ethics, discusses two broad theories of ethics, namely teleological and deontological theories. Now, under the teleological theory category, an act is considered good or ethical depending on the end product. That is to say that the end justifies an act. Therefore, an act is considered to be good if it promises to fetch the highest amount of goodness over evil to the greatest number of people. This theory of ethics thus disregards all forms of inconveniences and sufferings an act may cause in the process of implementation if the end result promises more happiness and pleasure than pain. Theories of this orientation are also called utilitarian or ethical universalism. Whether an action is good or bad depends on its consequences, right? So then others will talk about consequentialism, right? Consequentialism, because the emphasis is consequential, the consequence of a particular set of activities and so forth. And even Professor Ruka has outlined the method of ascertaining whether an act is good or bad by giving a mathematical formula. For example, if you have 6 evils or 6 goods, okay, you have 6. If one act produces 5 goods, okay, and 1 evil, okay, 5 goods and 1 evil. That means one good thing is, or one good consequence is struck out by 1 evil. So you have 4 goods remaining, and that act is therefore good. Okay. So the logical theories focus on the consequences, okay, of an act. If the good things override the bad things, then that particular action is good. The next set of theories are called deontological, okay, in which case the demerits and merits of an act is determined by its goodness or badness, in itself, regardless of the end result. There are 2 types of theories under this broad theory, namely rule deontological and act deontological. In rule deontological, an act is considered good if the rules have been followed. So regardless of the consequences, if the rules have been followed, then that act is good. And then the other one is act deontological. Something is good if the act itself, forget about the consequences it may have, if the act itself is good. There are some acts which are good while they are being performed, right? People enjoy, like people drinking, people smoking, people enjoying sex. Those are good acts in themselves, regardless of the consequences. Okay. And really, these theories are egoistic. In other words, about the ego. If something makes an individual happy, regardless of whether it hurts the rest of the people around. Hmm? It's good. It's good. That's egoism. Hmm? So something is good if it pleases the ego, the individual ego for that matter. Now, I think this brings us to the end of discussion of the theories of ethics, and should be combined with the earlier lecture, which divided the concepts of religion and ethics, branches of ethics, and other theories of ethics. And I hope that really is clear. And I've given out an activity to be done by my students. Number one, critically discuss at least two definitions of religion. Discuss at least two definitions of religion. And two, what do you understand by the term ethics? 3, discuss the theories of ethics. That should serve the purpose for this particular lecture. Now,